Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Hopefully this is going to be a big treat. Final beer of the evening for me today. This is Community Brewings, and they're out of Texas. This is Community Beer Company, and they're out of Texas. This is their Legion barrel-aged version of it. They make a regular version. This is the barrel-aged version. Brandon C. down in Texas sent me this. He sends me a lot of Texas beers. Brandon C., thank you, sir. I do appreciate it, my brother. You get your hands on some very tasty beers that are Texas-only beers. A lot of the beers he sends me, 99.9% of them are not available here. Maybe be a higher percentage than that. Maybe 100% of them are not available here in Virginia. And he has sent me quite a few of the Community Beer Series beers. And a lot of people say, oh, sometimes I can't find the date on it. This one he has circled, and it says, if I can read it through the sweating, the Macallan 11/09/16. So November the 9th of 2016 was when this was bottled. And today is the 24th of August of 2017. So we got 8, 9, about 10 months old in the bottle here. A lot of information on it. They do have the date written on here. And on the side of the bottle they say it's 11.6%. They say the IBUs are 70. So they're giving us the ABV, they're giving us the IBUs, and they're giving us the bottle on date, which is in the month, day, and the year. Awesome. Freaking awesome. A lot of times you'll see a vintage on these style of beers and they won't tell you the month. The day's not irrelevant. But when they do the month, day, and the year on there, I think that's absolutely outstanding. It tells you whether it was done in January, June, December of that year. So it lets you know how long it's been in the bottle. So, and all three things that we want to see in all of our beers, no matter whether it's an IPA, double IPA, Hefeweizen, whatever, stout, Imperial Stout, porter, when they do this, and they put a month, day, and a year, they put the IBUs and the ABV on the bottle, that goes a long way for this guy. Trust me. They'll get a better grade point. Whether the beer is garbage or not, they'll get a better grade point because they put all three bits of information that we want to see. If it's a F beer, they'll get a D beer because they put all three bits of information on it to me. So that's how I feel about it. I want those three bits of information to make that purchase. And when you get to the Russian Imperial Stouts, it's basically irrelevant what day it was done. But I'd like to know that, especially the month and the year. But first of the year, middle of the year, end of the year, in case you want to do a vertical side-by-side from 2 different years of the same beer, or whatever. It makes me happy when I see this. So these guys have gone the extra step, and I do two thumbs up to those guys for giving us that information that we want, and that I want, to make an educated purchase on this beer. So, I like it already, and I ain't got the damn cap off of it already. So, this is a big beer, 11.6%. Final beer of the evening for me, guys. Commercial description, let's run over to Untapped, and they say, black as Texas crude, our Russian Imperial Stout, allures with thick tan head, aromas of bittersweet cocoa and roasted malt. 12 different malts compose the grist of this beer, adding layers of complexity and significant alcohol content. 11.6%. Just remember that. Drink this one at home, guys, or have a designated driver if you're drinking this out at a bar or brew pub. It's available where you're at. Hops are at play as well, coming from several nationalities, all adding their telltale terror to the aroma and flavor of this huge beer. Bitterness from hops plays only a balancing role, though the focus finding on the delicious blend of English, Maris Otter, Dark Crystal, and highly roasted black malt. So this should be a very dark beer. They use black malt, black patent malt. Usually you're going to get some bittersweet chocolate. Hopefully, a lot of times they brew these Russian Imperial Stouts. If they don't use lactose, it's kind of on the bitter side. So we'll see what this brings to the table. That's all we need to talk about. Untapped does have it at 70 IBUs, which is what they have on the label here, I think. Yep. So everything is in agreement here. It says 9.9% on Untapped, and this says it's at 11.6. So we get some discrepancies a lot of times between the different years that they do. They may have shown this as a 2017 or 2016 edition. I don't know if they do it every year or not. So this says 9.9%, and this beer is a lot bigger than that. Over to Beer Advocate, they have it at 11.6%. So when I get Untapped, excuse me just a second, I'm going to run back over here and see if they have it listed for 2017 edition. No, I don't see it popping up. So I don't know why. A lot of times Untapped will have it listed at 2016, 2017 editions, and have the right. I do not see it. And when I click on it, it's taking me right back to the same page that's showing the 9.9%. So they don't have the 2017 edition listed. So hopefully they'll correct it. Untapped usually does a pretty good job of that, but yeah, you run into that occasionally. Well, maybe the 2016 was 9.9%, where this edition is 11.6%. So it is what it is, guys. So enough talking. Let's pour it. Yeah, get it on. You. Nice hiss, a little bit of smoke. Into the glass we go. Pitch black coming out. We're going to stand it up, see what we get. Food pairing says gentleman chocolate dessert digestive. Glassware to pint Becker 9 tumbler snifter. I got my favorite snifter today, guys. It says here can be sold for a long period of time. It doesn't say anything about any coffee or anything added to it. So, and it's not bourbon barrel. Yeah, it is. It is barrel aged, but it doesn't say bourbon barrel. So maybe it's just an oak barrel. I'm not sure, guys. We're going to get a nose on it. Yeah. Pitch black. Over to the light. And there's none. About a quarter finger of head is just barely covering the top of the beer. To the nose we go. Rich roasted malt. Black molasses, bittersweet chocolate. Hints of some licorice in there, maybe some dark fruit. That'll probably come out as it warms up. I mean, it's barrel aged. So I would swear I'm getting some bourbon on that. So I'm going to take a closer look here. In this batch we have aged Legion, our popular Russian Imperial Stout, in a variety of bourbon and whiskey barrels for months. Don't say how many months. The result is a beautiful marriage of the beer, barrel, and spirit, contributing flavors of toffee, vanilla, and candied fruit, all mingling with rusty, smooth Legion. That's why I had to take a second look here, guys. I am smelling bourbon. I am smelling bourbon. That's why I had to say, if it's just a regular oak barrel or oak spirals, you don't get that bourbon note. You get some woodiness, maybe a hint of some vanilla. This does have bourbon in it. I am getting it. I had to take a second look because I am smelling bourbon. You can't fool this big old nose. Oh, it smells wonderful. Ouch! I'm pleasantly surprised that they've used bourbon barrels on this beer. I didn't read the fine print before I brought it out. I just looked at it and said barrel aged. So I was just figuring it was just oak barrels. Nice bourbon notes. I can't wait. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Brandon. Oh, it smells good. Oh, that's delicious. I am pleasantly surprised that this is bourbon barrel instead of just regular oak barrels. That is tasty. That is so delicious. For 11.6%, that alcohol is very well hidden. This will get you into trouble if you're drinking this at a bar or brew pub, if they do that. If they keg this and send it out to some of the local bars and breweries or brew pubs. That is delicious. Alcohol is very well hidden. I would not hesitate to say this is probably the tastiest beer from Community Beer Company that I've probably ever had. I'm not saying that because it's a bourbon barrel aged version, because I do like those styles of beers, whether it's a stout or an Imperial Porter or whatever. They have done a very good job on this. Wow. And it's just going to get better as it warms up. So let's do that. Let's let it warm up, let her taste it. Maybe even have to fire up a Maduro wrapped cigar and sip on this for just a tad. See what we end up with. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, guys. I'm back. Got just a little left here. Couldn't hear the thing beep. She's in there fixing dinner. Got the mixer running and the air conditioner running. Everything's running. It's life, though, ain't it? Life in the big world. Alright, guys, this is an excellent beer. Very, very tasty. As soon as I smelt it, I knew there was some bourbon in it. That's why I had to read the label again. Yeah, it's got bourbon in it. Very balanced beer. The bourbon is not overpowering anything else. Nice roasted malt, almost to the burnt characteristics. Brown sugar, black molasses, bittersweet chocolate, hints of some dark fruit, raisins, dates, plums, maybe even a hint of some tobacco, which reminds me went very well with the Maduro wrapped cigar that I was smoking out on the deck while I was sipping on this. A very, very tasty beer. I would not be afraid to say this is the best beer I've had from Community Beer Company. Awesome, very, very nice. And I am super impressed with the dating they've done on this month, day, and the year. The ABV and the IBUs all on the bottle. Very easy to read. I am impressed. And that goes a long way with me, like I said earlier, when they do that kind of stuff on their beers. I have had some Community beers that I couldn't find a date on. And everybody said, oh, mine has a date on it, or this should have a date on it. This one does have a date on it. And occasionally you'll find a bottle or two that comes through the line and doesn't get that, it misses it. It happens. Shit happens. But this one has all the information that we want to see. A little bit more information. We don't need the day, but they've done that. So we got the month, day, and the year. We got the ABV. We got the IBUs. Excellent. Absolutely outstanding. Bourbon barrel. I'm giving that. It's not overpowering everything. Awesome beer, guys. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. I would buy this beer if I could get it here. Outstanding aroma. Wow. Delicious. absolutely freaking delicious. Very impressive. Final joke. Excellent. Excellent. And I'm going to go against the grain on this one, because I'll be as honest as I can with you guys. If it's not worth the shit, I'm going to tell you that. If it is, I'm going to tell you that too. And if I agree with the ratings everybody else is giving it, I'm going to give my ratings and you can see where I'm at with them. And if I don't agree with them, I'm going to give you my ratings and you can see where I'm at with them again. This is a 10 beer. This is an outstanding Russian Imperial Stout done in bourbon barrels. Excellent. I would buy this beer if I could get it here. Best beer I've had from Community Beer Company. Outstanding. You got a winner here, guys. And I appreciate y'all doing the month and a year of bottling on it and giving us the ABV and the IBUs and all the rest of the information. It's got everything. It's got the OG and cellar aging on it, and commercial description. Excellent. Well done. Super well packaged. Very impressed. 10 for me, guys. This is a 10 beer for me. Alright, let's run over to Beer Advocate. They say 96, world class. I think it's a little better than that, so I gave it a 10. When they give us all this information and this beer is just as tasty as it is, I think those numbers are a little low. Alright, let's run over to Untapped. They have it at 4. No. It's better than a 4. It's a 5. It's a freaking 5, guys. So, if this didn't blow your hair back or your socks off, you're bald-headed and you're barefoot. I said that on yesterday's beer, I think. What on this beer does not impress you? The bourbon is there, the roasted malt is there, the dark fruit is there. Everything is there. I don't understand that. And of course, you know, with the beer rating system that Untapped has, and there are people that, oh man, I didn't like it. Well, you know, probably your palate's not where it should be to enjoy this beer, or you don't like this style of beer. I don't know why you bought it. To me, it's a 10 beer. That's where I put it. It's a 10 beer. It is. The bourbon is not overpowering anything. Everything comes together very well. An excellent beer to cellar for a while. Pick you up a 4-pack of this, a purest house package, and drink one now, and drink one 2 or 3 years down the road, and drink a third one 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road, and maybe even the fourth one 20 years, 15 or 20 years down the road, or do it side by side. If they do this every year, see how it changes from year to year, or however. It's nice beer. I enjoyed this. Very nice beer. Brandon, thank you a bunch. I do appreciate this. This is a very tasty beer. It is very nice. I enjoyed this thoroughly. I would buy this beer, guys. So, we've got the ratings from everybody. I think it's a little better than what Untapped and Beer Average has got on it. Very enjoyable beer. So if you've had this one from Community Beer Company, this is their Legion Russian Imperial Stout. Big beer, guys. 11.6%. And like I said, Untapped has it at 9.9%. So maybe last year's, the 2016 version, was 9.9%. So this one, the 2017 edition, a little bit bigger than that. And sometimes that happens when they brew the beers. It changes from year to year. And that's part of the brewing process. Even if you're using the same malt, the same everything, a lot of times you put it in bourbon barrels, it'll pick up a little bit more from the bourbon barrels than it did from the barrels you used last time. So there's a lot of factors that change the ABV and the IBUs from year to year, even though they're using the same recipe. So I enjoyed this. Very, very, very good beer. So without rambling on more than what I have already, awesome beer, guys. If you see this in the 2017 edition of the Imperial Stout Bourbon Barrel Aged version of their Legion, let me know what you think, guys, and until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.